What's up, and welcome back to the Get It Right Saturday Night Podcast, where we talk everything sports, culture, and our lives in general. I'm joined again by my three childhood best friends, my brother included, Colin Persley, Mark Francis, and Lucas Neff. We're happy you decided to join us again. Please check out our first video. It is live on our channel. It was a little bit of a late upload, but we're figuring everything out on the technical side, and we're going to be uploading pretty regularly in the coming weeks. You know, the NFL season, sports is going on full swing, so we're really excited to give you our take on everything that's going on in the sports world. But first, we got to start out with our favorite hometown team, the Miami Dolphins. They did get the job done against Bill Belichick and the Patriots last week. Here at home, today we play. This weekend we play the Baltimore Ravens at Baltimore. That'll be a good test. But how do we feel about that first game with the Dolphins? Let's start with you, Colin.
I actually was there, so I got to witness it firsthand. It was a great game. Very happy that we won, but it wasn't the total domination that I was expecting, in my opinion. I know you were saying something earlier about you thought that they played really, really well, but they played well. But there were just some things here and there that were a little shaky. Like the defense on that first drive was not that good, but we picked it up afterward. And I thought the offense could have been a little bit more explosive, but you could really tell Tyreek made a huge difference in the offense.
The pass defense was just, it was very, very good. Most of the passes pretty much were getting batted down, or you had the coverage on point. And our run defense, again, kind of a little slow on the defensive line, and some of the linebackers playing in the middle. Really, it's kind of, you gotta know if it's a pass or a run. You can't just be sitting there looking at clouds. But the offense, again, did pretty good. They did all right. There were some plays where Mike McDaniels took some risks and had some unique ideas, and they panned out in our favor and didn't. So definitely, Mike McDaniels as a coach, I like the way he plays the Dolphins. He knows how our players are. It's not like he's making Tyreek Hill do short routes, even though he's so fast. He can run those deep routes and have no coverage at all. And very, very, very well, honestly.
What do you think, Lucas?
No, I was really excited about that game. I think the result was beautiful. I did expect a little bit more of a victory, but each team in the league is a professional team, and everyone is super competitive. And Patriots, knowing that they've lost to us, that would be their fourth time losing to us. Belichick will do whatever it takes to make sure that didn't happen again. And he tried, but he couldn't. And we're just I think stronger than ever. And it's the first game. There's going to be a little thing here and there, and with any game you play. But I think it was a great showing, and you could really see what Tyreek is doing, and we have a lot more weapons.
I saw a stat that no quarterback in recent history, while Bill Belichick has been the coach for the Patriots, has gone 4-0 against him as a rookie.
He joined
and Tua Tagovailoa has done that. The 4 times that he has played Bill Belichick, he has won every single time. So definitely that's something pretty cool. Keep a look out on that. Very, very interesting. But
True. I will say about the Dolphins, I was really impressed by their showing. Despite their defense, starting a little bit slow, just basic fundamental things that, most teams struggle with. The basic tackling, you're going up to the play rather than, letting it come to you. I will say Tua in particular, who had a lot of, I don't want to call it hate, but a lot of expectations on him coming into this season. His third year out of a very big powerhouse program like Alabama or any of these top programs.
Especially with getting weapons. Now actually having targets.
He does. That was a big thing for Tua. I think that the 70% completion rate was something of a very encouraging for Dolphins fans. Also he's been known as a quarterback, especially since he got into the league, where he was throwing for very low volume. He almost threw for 300 yards the other day, which is something that you don't really see out of Tua. I think that that's a testament to to the weapons that he did have, and how he's going to maximize on those. I think he still has a lot of untapped potential with Tyreek Hill. But I feel like the defense, just stopping the run is going to be really important, especially still in the, just with these AFC teams that have some really, really solid backs.
Especially tomorrow, who they play Lamar Jackson, there's going to be a lot of running. You have to find a way to contain him in the pocket.
One thing is, again, this is the first game of the year. I mean, the team, most of these new guys have only been together since training camp and spring training.
Sure.
So as the games go on, they're building chemistry and kind of just creating that bond. I mean, the best example you look at is Javon Holland and Xavier Howard. I mean, they're insane together. But last year, when they met each other and started playing with each other, it was an evolution. They started working up to that.
A little bit of a flatline. They weren't too good last year.
And you're going to start expecting kind of players to bond with each other and start working out better. At the point where our defensive line kind of works all like in one. Next thing you know, Christian Wilkins, I mean, he's a great player. He just didn't go off to a great start. And definitely
Jalen
linebackers.
Phillips too. One of the edge rushers are
Yeah.
definitely, they have a lot to live up to, but I think they definitely can.
But one big loss is having our right tackle, Austin Jackson,
Out for 4 games.
out for 4 games. Definitely unfortunate and very sad because that is Tua's blind spot because he is a lefty.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what they do with the O-line now. Maybe they move, is it Armstead on our left tackle? Who's the guy from?
Armstead's on the left.
Yeah, if they move
Yeah.
Armstead to right and then they put in the rookie, you drafted a rookie tackle, right?
I don't know, but that is
I
a good
think
take.
they
I would say that Teron Armstead is a veteran. I think 13
I think they're
years.
gonna put him in.
He knows how to play.
Yeah, we're
both
curious to
sides.
see what the offensive coordinator Mike McDaniels do with this offensive line and kind of how they're going to play up with now actually a powerhouse team.
True.
Yeah,
I think so.
And I think that I'm excited to watch that Baltimore game.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Should be a good one. Good
But
test
I
early in the
think we're
season.
gonna take care of it.
Yeah.
Good test early in the season. So what
It
do you
is
think
a good
about that
test.
game before we move on? Do we think the Dolphins have it? Do we think that it is going to be an interesting test? I think we're all unanimous in the fact that we think the Dolphins are going to get
Yeah.
the job done.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be easy.
I don't think it's going to be
It's
easy.
going to be a good game. It's going to be a tough game. I think Tom's going to rely on the defense. I mean, you saw last week.
Yeah,
I mean,
very true.
pretty much the times where the Ravens did score was when there was a player deep and Lamar Jackson targeted every time. Best
Big
example,
deep
Devin
target.
Duvernay, was it 2 touchdowns?
Devin
Both
Duvernay
now
went off.
were deep, maybe
Yeah.
30, 40, 50 yards. I mean, if other teams are giving that up, we got to make sure us as a secondary don't give that up because then we will be able to shut them down. And again, the Ravens running, like their running backs, not the best. J.K. Dobbs, I think he's still injured, questionable. And of course you have Lamar Jackson, but again, it's one player.
True.
Yeah.
Big shoes to fill as a quarterback. Also trying to bolster their rushing yards. It's also something you have to keep in mind. But in terms of the NFL last week as a whole, we did see a lot of interesting things. I will say, to start off with, the kicking game, being a kicker myself is something I've never seen before. So many games, a lot of 21-20 games, a lot of really tight games that were down to 1 PAT, 1 field goal. Big guys like Evan McPherson, uncharacteristically missing kicks. Rodrigo Blankenship, I'm thinking of a lot of names.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Thinking of a lot of names right now. It's a cutthroat thing, but that it shows how kicking really is the third phase of the
Yeah.
game. But
Yeah, sure.
as a whole, how do we think about the week?
It was good,
last
but
week?
I have a question about the kicking. In your opinion, as a very established kicker yourself, do you think that the laces being out on the McPherson kick, did that affect it, or do you think he just flat out missed it?
So I will say that when you have the mechanics and the power that a guy like Evan McPherson has, he's automatic. He went 27 for 30 last year. He did not miss in the playoffs practically. I will say that in my experience, when the laces are out, more than it being an opportunity for the ball to sway a little bit more and mess up that that swing pattern, I feel like it's mental. I feel like when a kicker sees the laces, we kind of like brace for impact. So I think it might have been a little mental, but that was a really bad miss there
Yeah,
to put the game away. So
Yeah.
Another interesting thing was that their long snapper got injured, so they had a backup long snapper
Snaps
who
were
was
bad.
a tight end. And again, their reaction time it wasn't great. That's also why the kick or the field goal right before the half ended got blocked.
true.
Yeah.
A lot of mistakes there on special teams, but
Special teams is a very crucial part of an actual football team. It's not always offense and
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah.
Special teams can make some big plays. It can affect the whole game. 1 point matters.
Actually,
Right.
and it's funny. I wanted to point out about that game. So 2 weeks ago, FSU beat LSU on the blocked PAT to end the game, right? And now the same thing happened to the Bengals, who has Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, who both went to LSU. So I just thought that was a crazy.
It was in
coincidence.
Cincinnati too. The game was
Yeah,
in Cincinnati.
I just thought it was a coincidence that LSU and their former players both lost the game on a block PAT.
That is an interesting stat.
Yeah, was there any other game that jumped
Any
out to
big
you
games
guys?
that stood out? There was a couple, Russell Wilson was not able to get his revenge against
Yeah,
the
that
Seahawks.
That was very, very.
Geno Smith,
The
given
legend.
that Seahawks
You
pass.
guys remember the let Russ cook? Now it's time to let Gino cook, guys.
He's cooking the pot.
Yeah.
Very crazy.
Seattle showing that they don't necessarily need Russell to get the job done. We'll see how they fare against harder opponents, but any other games that stood
Eagles
out?
and Detroit. I mean, Jalen Hurts. He looked pretty damn good out there, man. AJ Brown as his main target. They already have connection. Their chemistry. It's very, very nice. I mean, he's targeting him on the plays and taking shots where it's up to AJ Brown if he can make the play or not, and he's making them. He's looking good, better than he did in Tennessee. And hey, whatever can do the best for the football team is.
Also, never take your eye off Patty.
Patty
He's
Mahomes.
Patty's
Oh,
a
yeah.
baddie.
Yeah.
Patty
Oh, yeah.
is a
He's
baddie.
a baddie.
Patrick Mahomes is showing that he does not need number 10. He's got a new number 10, but there's 15 is still in town.
And
that
he's
was
still gonna put some
that was a
crazy
route.
numbers.
That was a route.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
And
How about
Rodgers.
Brady?
Oh yeah,
Brady?
Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of I would say an interesting game. It wasn't that good of a game, to be honest. I mean, both offenses were just straight up dead. I mean, of course, Dak Prescott got injured, which
Yeah, that's not
Again,
good for Cowboys.
not good for the Cowboys. How about
Looking-
the Cowboys, right? Yeah.
looking really
no,
bad
How
for a
about
team
those
that thought they were
injuries,
gonna
guys?
jump
Come
out.
on,
That's
come on, Jerry Jones, get your team together. But
yeah.
guys, that was not good offense.
Hard to watch.
Like,
Yeah, it was bad.
the only reason they probably won is literally because Mike Evans is such a great receiver. Has
No,
great
it's
skills.
because Ryan Suckup just shoom.
Yeah.
It was 12-0, right? Or
I
they
think-
scored 12 points all off field goals.
Consecutively field goals.
Yeah, that's
And-
insane.
Wow.
Another thing is the Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings.
I
Kurt
predicted it.
Cousins.
I called it.
That was
You
quite.
called it too, right?
I
We both
did.
called
I
it.
did say that I thought the Vikings were gonna get it done, and not
Yeah.
biasly because of I had Justin Jefferson who happened to get 40
I mean, I
points in
have
that
Dalvin
game.
the Chef Cook. Guys,
But man,
insane.
Kirk Cousins was looking like straight out of college, slinging the ball. The wide receivers coach for the Vikings was saying after how the little tips that he gave to Justin, he just picked up super fast. Explosive hips. To get the corners a little off, and it was just little things that that really did. How did Adam Thielen have a good game? Adam Thielen?
I don't believe he did. He
I
wasn't
think
really,
that
he wasn't
the
really
lion's
targeted
share
as
was
much
given to
as
Jefferson.
KJ Osborne was getting more targets than Adam Thielen.
I mean,
But
every game, everyone has their moments.
Yeah.
Adam Thielen, I mean, the best example of how the Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson kind of works is look at the Raiders with Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfro. Devontae Adams, I mean, he's just a great deep route runner, but then you have Hunter Renfro who can run those great shorts and slants, which is what Adam Thielen does. I mean, it's the same thing of when Stephon Diggs was there many years ago.
True, very true.
But Kirk Cousins, I mean, he can be an MVP candidate this year. If he keeps it up, definitely. I mean, it's very nice. And the new head coach at the Vikings pretty much changed the team all around. I mean, these guys could, as of right now, I mean, they had a really good defense
Really
and
strong.
very good offense. I mean, if they keep it up, they can be very high up
Successful.
playoff contenders, maybe even Super Bowl contenders. Of course, we don't know. But
And the Bills, for Dolphin fans, they're looking a little
How
too
about,
scary.
how about the
Yeah.
Bills, man? How
They're
about the
looking a little
Bills?
too scary.
Josh Allen is showing why he was, one of the top ranked
Yeah.
PPR guys in fantasy
And-
going into the
an
season.
MVP front runner, and also they're the Super Bowl front runners right now. So.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out for Josh Allen's football cards.
Yeah, let's segue into
Yeah,
the
that's cool.
sports card market that has been going crazy recently. If you've even scrolled a little bit through Twitter or even some comps on these websites, things are exploding. I'm talking hockey, soccer, basketball that's looming now, but the season we're in right now, which is football, the NFL. How's it looking like, Lucas? He's our resident sports card insider.
Pro right here.
Wow. The thing is, Josh Allen's definitely a card you want to get, I'd say. And it's been like that since, 2 years from now. You know, like last year,
I'll take it.
you were looking
Since he
at
popped up.
some of the top cards in the market. Josh Allen the year before, it's been Josh. So that's definitely something to watch out for. But the thing about the card market is, I'm hopeful this year, you know, things start to change. But you know, started like roughly 2 years ago, mainly when COVID really hit, and it just went crazy. The card market was insane. You try to go to Target, any stores, people were waiting out, trying to get Prism, all this
Camping
crazy stuff.
Huge brands.
I remember when we were back very young, like in third and fourth
Back in
grade,
the old days.
we would go to Target and you would find a pack of 40 cards for $4.
No, but not even 40, like Prism.
Yeah, like a
Because
very.
now you'll go and you'll see NASCAR, you'll see women's
Yeah, no, because the
WWE.
thing is,
With the sports car market, it all matters on the brand.
yeah,
Like, just because you have a Patrick Mahomes,
rookie,
like
patch on,
prestige rookie,
yeah.
prestige rookie, Patrick Mahomes is nothing compared to a
Prism.
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 Oh yeah.
And then
Whereas
there's the different
Donruss, for example,
variations.
is not
Yeah.
worth much, you know,
I-
compared to other brands. So
Yeah.
I recall last year going to Target thinking, maybe I'll find some cards. They have signs saying you're limited to buy 2 of any type of cards. It doesn't matter if you find a pack that has 3 cards in it or you have 2 boxes full of 50. Doesn't matter, you're limited to 2.
that came
And
straight from
every-
corporate too. 'Cause corporate saw what's going on and they had
And
to.
every Thursday I would go because sometimes you have to get some stuff for your house. There were people camped out the night before to get cards. And on Target, as Friday, in the morning when they open, they have a line of all these card collectors trying to get 2 boxes of Prism so they can sell them on eBay for double the price. The market has just, it's
Ballooned.
exploded.
It exploded, but well, yeah. So there was like a point where, like, let's say a Tua rookie, Prism rookie, or something like that, would be like 100, but now it's a lot lower. For instance, like I used to be really big on Tyler Hero, so I had tons of his rookie cards. I got a rookie card of his for like $60, like before the season last year. Right now, that card's at like 10, 12.
Yeah.
So the sports card market has gone down a lot.
But-
So I'm really hopeful this year, you know, it keeps, you know, coming back.
What do you think is affecting that?
I know
Is
it's
it the mass produce? Is it the mass
I don't-
production
Is it the influx
cards
of
being
buyers in the market?
You know
that
what,
now
I think-
the scarcity of cards is no longer, you know.
I think simply put it, they're producing at such a high scale, so that really makes base rookie cards go down.
Well,
So like, if you have a silver rookie card, their value has remained kind of, you know, or like gold or like short print, all this other like kind of fancier variations are much more wanted. But stuff like a regular rookie card of like, you know, even Josh Allen or something, that like a Donruss, which is it's not even the best
It's
brand.
$1.99, right?
Yeah, but even that, even a Donruss of like Josh Allen rookie card, last year it would have been crazy. But now it's back to what it should be.
Yeah.
And now the rarer cards, you know, are more expensive. But also, it maybe had to do with, during COVID, people were locked up in their homes.
Yeah, that's true.
People were, you know, finding something to do and it just blew up. People got really into it. So there's like phases. It went a little too out of proportion. People were too willing to pay a crazy amount for something that wasn't really worth it.
Yeah.
So now it's gone back to where it should be.
So maybe this low market that we're experiencing now is relatively low for us because we were used
Exactly.
to, you know, this
But it's
period
pretty
of
normal.
high
But I
inflation
still
on the
hope,
cards.
I still hope it keeps going up, and I think it will.
I honestly, I don't like how the market has gone. I mean, I think all this stuff should be reserved for like the kids who love getting the card of their favorite player. I mean, I remember back way when I would get a card and be like, oh my god, I got a Tom Brady card. Right? Yeah, of course
Like,
that's
who
no
cares how
value.
much it was worth?
But
Yeah.
But
It was
it,
a collectible.
it was that satisfaction as you were a kid getting your favorite player and thinking like, wow, I have his card. Maybe one day if I go to his game, he can sign it for me, right? But now it's like, oh, I got a
The
Tom Brady
nostalgia.
card. It's worth 99 cents. The first thing they think about is what's the value of it.
Yeah.
And that's
Unfortunately, the hobby's changed into more of.
No, but it's fun in that
business.
sense too.
It's fun in both
Yeah,
sides.
I mean, of course.
Because I love like trying to get packs and like shoot big. Like when I opened Optic and I pulled the downtown insert, like that was like, yo. Or when I pulled Justin Herbert
That was crazy.
rookie. That was crazy.
rookie auto, number to 99.
Sold out for $600.
You know, it's like fun to know that what you have
That's
is
a lot
really
of
worth
years.
something.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's gone a little bit off the deal.
But the thing is, when the card market was super high, it was
It
just
turned that
ridiculous.
into a,
Like to get a hobby box, $1,000.
Yeah, that was
It's still
insane.
lots of them are that much too.
it's instead of being a hobbyist that also is interested in, the economic side of it, now it's, a lot of people.
But it's exciting though. The reason you had to up the prices so much was because so many people wanted it.
It's
Yeah.
true.
So
But
it's
still,
all
I mean,
good for the hobby. It's
it's
all
true.
good for the hobby
Yeah.
Yeah.
and for the game, for the love of football,
Yeah.
and in basketball and all the other sports that they have.
Yeah.
So I will say, on this theme of, of like these sports that are coming in, and we see it a lot in the card market where, the popularity of sports, even after COVID, has remained, really, really high. Sports viewership, on all these major channels. I mean, Amazon even wanted to profit off of, the amount of viewership these Monday and the Thursday night games get by, making the
Making
Thursday
it
night games
exclusive.
exclusive.
To Amazon.
So,
That's crazy.
on that same theme, we're gonna have a lot of viewership on, tomorrow, on Sunday for, week 2. So we want to see what we're thinking about our week 2 predictions.
All
Let's
right.
open up those
yeah,
games.
let's go.
We're gonna give you
We're
guys a
gonna
little
do it
bit of
These
a
are
rapid fire on the
rapid fire,
games.
Yeah.
We're gonna go
These are
over.
our weekly predictions. We'll do them every single week here on the podcast. So, the first game is what we were talking about earlier. We got the Dolphins at the Baltimore Ravens. Who you got?
I got the Dolphins, man.
It's gonna be a tough game, but we got the Dolphins.
Got the Dolphins as well. Tough game.
Yeah, the Dolphins. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a really good one. Then we got the Jets at the Browns. What do you think?
I think the Jets are still dog water. They have a lot. they have a lot. They have some weapons. Don't get me wrong, but they have, as a team, a long way to go. I got the Jets.
Hey, the Browns surprised me last week too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Like
Baker who, bro? Baker who?
Yeah, right.
Bake me a cake, my boy.
The Jets are gonna win. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny
You
how
picked
they're
the
still
Jets
a team.
last week too.
I don't care. Hey, there's gonna be a point where they're gonna win a game. I'll pick them every week because one day I'm gonna be right. But when
Why
it
would
gets
you
to,
want them to be right? We're Dolphins fans. We don't like the Jets.
dude, they're gonna suck anyway. It won't matter.
Hot take from Mark Francis.
I got the Browns.
All right, I got the Browns.
Alright, well moving on, we got the Washington Commanders at the Detroit Lions.
This is a good game, actually.
I think this might be an interesting game. I will say I was really surprised by how much points the Lions were able to put up against the Eagles. So
Oh yeah.
I didn't watch the Commanders, but I think there's some holes there. I'm gonna take a flyer on the Lions on this one.
Yeah, I think
I think they learned their lesson last year.
I think this is a tough game to predict. I'm gonna go with the Commanders again.
I'm gonna go with the Commanders as well. Carson Wentz, he looked great, and
Oh, he is their
the
quarterback.
Lions,
I forgot.
they're still the Lions. So I love them, and I love the Commanders too. But Antonio Gibson should go off. It's gonna be a touchdown, and I'm having a fantasy.
I have a feeling that the Lions are gonna take it.
Yeah, I want the Lions to win, but
The underdogs, they were the worst team in the league last year, so
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see if they can
Jack-
learn from
Jack-
that.
then
Oh,
we
Jacksonville? Yeah, well, they're in the
Well,
bottom.
On to Jacksonville.
on to Jacksonville. They're playing the team that tied with the Texans, the Colts. So we got the Colts at the Jaguars.
I'm gonna go with the Colts. I think Jonathan Taylor is an unstoppable running back. I think that they have a good system there. And I love you, Trevor Lawrence, but you gotta tell your homies to pick it up.
I
honestly.
don't love you, Trevor Lawrence, and I'm going with the Colts.
I'm gonna go with the boys in Duval County, man. Jacksonville Jaguars. They're gonna take this, boys. I'm calling it.
Wow.
Hot take.
I'm going with the Colts here.
The Colts? Yeah, I think so.
I think that game might be interesting. I don't think it's gonna be a breeze. I don't think it's
Yeah.
gonna be a breeze.
And another really interesting game. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. What do you think? This is tough.
Just to give a little
Context.
thought about this before. Tom Brady has never beat the Saints, I believe. I mean, he's always
As a member of the Buccaneers.
as a member of the Buccaneers, and I believe he's thrown like 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
Yeah.
So, kind of interesting thought.
Yeah. So what do you got?
That is an interesting matchup. I think that that's a classic, NFC matchup. I think that the Saints did surprise me. Michael Thomas is back. All that the time he missed with the
Slam
ankle was
boy.
surprising. But I think I still got the Bucs on this one. I still trust them as an overall unit more.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill can't just run and everything.
You never count Tom Brady out.
Never.
Never count Tom Brady out. That's
That being said, I'm picking the Saints.
Okay.
But I already know I'm gonna come back next week and the Buccaneers are gonna have one over. So I picked against Tom Brady. Why did I do that? Like it's gonna happen, I know, but I'm still gonna go with the Saints.
You never bet against Tom Brady, so.
Alright, I'm gonna
go
say
with us.
something kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I think Tom Brady's gonna get hurt, and the Saints are gonna win.
Oh.
If that happens, I don't wish.
We don't wish harm on anybody.
Just
So
a little
get it
something.
right Saturday night
But you know,
podcast.
like he's getting
that's,
old.
Judas
Like
Christian
his hand's
is-
gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? Something.
that's actually an interesting take.
YouTube is gonna give us a.
I would
Alright,
bet.
we'll see
We'll see
for-
next week.
Yeah, well, come back to this video if that happens, because that'd be a crazy prediction.
Yeah.
Comment down below who you think is going to win in that game. That is, that's a good game. I think that one is, after the Lucas's hot take, we want to hear what you guys think about those. So comment down below.
Comment down below.
Who do you got as the the rising stars of this coming week? What do we got next time?
So the next game is we got the Panthers at the New York Football Giants. Pulled off a surprising win last week. So.
I didn't follow the Giants last week, but again, they're, the city of New York, New York. I mean, I love you, great city. It's great, Donald Trump.
All you guys in sports sucks again.
But
except
New
baseball,
York
so.
football sucks. I got the Panthers on this one.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley's back. I hope. It was really exciting to see him.
Did
play
great
last
for my
year.
fantasy team.
I really like him,
No, we don't.
but I'm going with the Panthers. And
2 words. Danny Dimes. That's it.
Danny Dimes.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
wow.
Panthers.
Danny Panthers.
Yeah.
Alright. So then we got the Patriots at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Classic matchup right here.
That is an interesting game. Wow. I do think that Mitch Trubisky has taken a slight step up, and when I mean a step up, I mean like he
tiptoes.
he literally like moved up
He
just
moved
a
up
little
a
bit.
millimeter.
But I think Najee Harris is a solid back, and I think that they have a good defense, and Minka Fitzpatrick showing out again, another testament to how dog water the Dolphins front office is to let him go. I think he's great. The Patriots were just terrible for me last week. I'm gonna have to go with the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Steelers as well.
The Steelers are gonna do what they did 2 years ago, where they go like 11-0 and end up missing the playoffs. So I got the Steelers.
All right. Yeah.
Steelers.
Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Patriots suck. We already know. They always suck. Bill Belichick.
Sorry, Bill.
Yeah, sorry, Bill.
Tom Brady. Oh, Tom Brady's your dad. I'm sorry.
I will say, hot take, Bill Belichick did not cut the sleeves off of his sweater last week. I think that's why they lost. I think he was in an uncomfortable situation.
His
so-
clothes were clean. That's why.
Yeah, he wanted to protect himself from that car fire that was in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Always. That's great, man.
So next game we got the Atlanta Falcons
Rapid
at
fire.
the Los Angeles Rams.
I got the Rams.
Yeah, I got the Rams too.
Zombies, guys.
Well, we said that last time. The Falcons
Rams.
almost won.
The Falcons. This
It's
could
the
be the
Falcons.
upset of the week.
They-
This could be the upset of the week. The Falcons they're pretty nice.
It'll be the
They're nice,
upset of the
but-
week until they choke at
They're
them.
nice, but Rams.
Yeah, the Rams.
Yeah, they're nice with it.
Then we got the Seattle Seahawks, the surprise team of last week, versus the 49ers.
I like the confidence Seahawks have right now. I'm going Seahawks.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Seahawks win in a long time.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks too. I think this might be the upset of the week.
I'm going Seahawks as well. I mean, Trey Lance by week 6 is going to be benched. It's my opinion. So I got the Seahawks.
Alright.
Seahawks.
Seahawks? Yeah, wow. Full sweep on the upset.
Full sweep.
That's
That's
a tough
crazy.
one. They really sold us on
Yeah.
Monday night.
Then we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Dallas Cowboys.
Man.
Dak Prescott out. I have no hope for the Cowboys the next couple weeks. I got the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bengals too, but I think the highlight of this game is not the game. It's gonna be the day after when we got Stephen A on First Take laughing at Michael Irvin about what just happened. I'm looking forward to that. I got the Bengals.
Who dey? Who dey? Who dey?
Bengals.
Bengals. All right, next we got the Houston Texans at the Denver Broncos.
I haven't really followed the Texans. They're like the most irrelevant team for me. I think the Broncos played a tough. I think they got their butt kicked, so I think that they're gonna bounce back out Broncos.
Yeah, I got the Broncos as well.
Let Russ cook.
Russ Cook,
Broncos.
Broncos. And now we got the Arizona Cardinals at the Oakland. I was gonna say Oakland. The Las Vegas Raiders. Who you got?
I was upset with the Cardinals showing last week.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think the Raiders are sleepers. They always end up getting the job done. I got Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders are that sneaky team that always bothers the big studs.
The big boys.
I'm not saying the Cardinals are the big boys. In fact, they got Kyler Murray, who's shorter than me. But
Rosa Payne.
but I got the
No
Raiders.
D-Hop still, so that's also
Yeah,
something to
Kyler.
consider.
No, I love Kyler, but
No D-Hop still. So this is something to keep in
The
mind.
Cardinals are the most overrated team in the NFL. The Raiders are going to win this.
Alright, backing off what Mark's saying, Cardinals are winning.
Okay, alright. And then we got the biggest rivalry in all of the NFL. We got the Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Yeah.
That Bears win, I don't like it. It's Aaron Rodgers. I got Packers.
Yeah, I got the Packers too.
I really don't have any words. I have one thing to show you. That's it.
Just got double
You
check.
should know.
Go with the Bears.
The Bears, yeah.
Interesting.
No, I don't
Darnell Mooney.
Okay. Darnell Mooney. Alright, now we got 2 Monday night games. We're gonna run through those. We got first up, 7:15. We got the Tennessee Titans at the Buffalo Bills. We got
This game makes me uncomfortable. These are two sneaky teams. The Titans are back healthy, but the Bills, man, I got the Bills.
Yeah,
I can't go against the Bills.
as much as I hate them, I got the Bills.
Derrick Henry's going to run through this
I hope
defense.
so.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I think it's just going to be Derrick Henry show out there. So I got the Titans.
Interesting.
You guys enjoy your Saturday night. Make sure you guys like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on post notifications, and be sure to share our channel and these videos with people around you. Let people know about us. One little thing can cause a ripple effect, a domino effect that can continue to grow us, guys. Make sure you get it right Saturday night. I'm Mark Francis here with the boys. You guys enjoy your night. Go for it.
Peace.